Good afternoon, everyone. It's Declan here from Central YMCA. Happy Easter Sunday. I hope you are all doing well and having a reasonably nice day and keeping safe. So today's session is going to be just some chair-based stretches with a little bit of mobility for spine. And it's just really, in one of the previous videos I did some floor-based stretching and mobility, but I am conscious that there will be some people out there who potentially might not feel comfortable getting down to the floor. So I just wanted to do this video as a kind of an option for those who prefer to perhaps just for safety do some stretching mobility but be on a chair. So I'm in the kitchen today. I thought I would change from the lounge to the kitchen. And all you really need for this is to wear some loose-fitting clothing that you can kind of move around in. I'm going to be in bare feet, and I would recommend that you are in bare feet for these, just because I want to do a little bit of ankle mobility as well. And the other thing you will need is, so if you have a stretch band, one of those stretchy dyno bands, that's absolutely perfect. Use that. But if you don't, even just a small rolled up towel is good as well. I'm going to actually use some oven mitts. I thought I'd be a bit inventive here. So I have some oven mitts to use, and we're going to do, and the other thing that you'll need is a book as well. You may not need it, but I just sometimes, to help me with my spine, my body position, I find sitting on a book just helps me to elevate a little bit more from my tailbone. So it's an option, but you don't have to have it. But maybe have something to hand so you don't have to move around too much. As with my previous video, I would always say when you do your stretches, try and do them when the body's been moving around for a little bit. So perhaps when you've been out gardening, or you've done some housework, or you have perhaps been able to go out for a short walk, that would be good to, when you come back, just do a little bit of stretching. And the other thing just to remind you of is just to focus on your breathing. Try never to hold your breath in stretches, because it just creates tension in the body, which you want to try and avoid. So for this, I'm going to move away from the camera now. All you're going to need is a solid chair, obviously, and you will need, as I said before, either a towel or some oven mitts and a reasonably thick book that you may potentially just want to sit on. I will be moving the chair to the side on the odd occasion, just so you can see my body position. But for now, I just want you to come to sitting towards the edge of the chair. So rather than sitting right back into it, just sort of bring the hips forward and just focus on the hip and the knee and the ankles being in good alignment. So you've sort of got everything lined up. And just take a few seconds here now to come to your breath. So just a couple of deep breaths in and out. Now, you can breathe in and out through the nose, or in through nose, out through mouth, just whatever feels more comfortable for you. So let's just quieten the mind now a little bit and just do a couple of gentle breaths in and out, focusing on relaxing shoulders, relaxing neck, and relaxing pelvis and anywhere else. A couple of inhales, exhaling out, inhaling, exhaling out, and one more deep breath in, and exhaling out. Do a couple of shoulder rolls here as you're seated. Start to focus on the length from the tailbone through to the crown of the head. So just kind of really focus on keeping the spine lengthened upward. A little bit of tightness around the stomach area, so a bit of tightness around the abdominal area just to support the lower back and just to make sure everything is connected now and you're starting to become more aware of posture and other areas. And remain still. From here, we're just going to do a little bit of lateral flexion now to move the spine side. So relaxing the arms to the side, just gently reach side, go as low as you feel comfortable, come back to your center, and then reach down, come back to your center. Now just do this a few times. trying not to sort of roll forward with the upper body, but just go directly down, slide up, and directly up. So we're just getting the spine to move in different directions here. Just do one more, and then release. Shoulder roll again. Now you have the option to repeat that. If you have no blood pressure issues, I'd like you to reach one arm up, stretch up, and gently reach over. If you have got any blood pressure issues, just repeat what we just did now. So just give yourself a gentle stretch to the side, release, reach the other arm up, stretch up, release down. Let's do one more each side. So fingers long and strong, reach up out of the waist, flex to the side, come up. This is your last one. And then gently release. So the reason I mentioned about being cautious of reaching the arm overhead and stretching for anyone who's got blood pressure issues is sometimes it makes people feel a bit dizzy. So just err on the side of caution. Remember, you can always go back to that first option of just flexing to the side. Otherwise, a progression would be reaching the arm up and flexing over. All right, moving on. So you're going to shuffle forward again. We're going to stretch out the back of the leg. So I'm going to demonstrate with me facing forward first. So you extend the right or left leg and the other leg remains bent, still in good alignment with the hip and the ankle. The toes should be curling in towards you, and you'll see this when I demonstrate from the side. You're going to inhale, and then you're just going to exhale and gently flex forward. Now, it doesn't matter where the hands touch. They could be on the knee, the thigh, or the shin. But you need to feel a stretch through the back of the leg. So just hold that for me. You're going to repeat this again, and I'll demonstrate from the side. Relax your shoulders. So go back to the beginning when I spoke about keeping everything gentle and no holding of the breath, no tension around the forehead or the jaw. And then you gently release up. You bend that knee in, you realign, everything in good alignment, knees in line with hips. Extend the other leg forward. You take a nice inhale, and then you exhale, and you just gently lean forward from the waist. Try and keep the eye line slightly ahead of you, so you're not allowing the chin to just collapse down and kind of let the head hang. So keep the eye line focused slightly ahead, and lift, so you really feel the back of the thighs stretching, the hamstring. Now, most of us are quite tight in this muscle because we use it in everyday life for walking, sitting. So it's good to do this stretch reasonably regularly throughout the week. Gently release. Okay, now I'm going to come up to standing. So I'm just going to do a reminder from one of my previous videos. When you push up to standing, you keep the tummy muscles tight. You look up. You bring the feet slightly behind the knees, feet flat, and you push up through the thighs and release. I'm going to turn the chair around, and we're going to repeat that stretch so you can see the demonstration from the side. So again, have a look at my spine now. Shuffle forward towards the edge of the chair. Extend one leg forward. You can see how the toes are turning in now. You inhale, you reach the arms up, and you exhale, you allow yourself to glide forward. So nothing should ever be forced in these stretches. They should just feel gentle and easy, keeping the eye line slightly ahead of you, shoulders soft, and lower back is lengthening rather than collapsing down. Holding that. And then gently releasing, checking again that the feet are still in line with the hips and the knees. Extend the other leg forward. Again, you can see how my ankle is dorsiflexed. You inhale and you exhale and you just lean forward. Again, allow the hands to drop where they will want to drop. So they could be on the knee, on the thigh, or on the shin. And just hold that. Stretches are meant to feel uncomfortable, but never painful. So if it starts to feel really painful, you may have gone too quickly, too far. So rather back off a little bit, all right? So just always bear that in mind. And then gently release, bring the leg in and release. So we've done the back of the leg now. What I'd like you to do now is we're going to do a little bit of shoulder mobility. So for this, you can hold on to your oven mitts or you can hold on to your towel. Okay, so sitting nice and tall. So again, just focus on that nice length from the tailbone through to the crown of the head. Hold here, reach the arms up. You're going to simply reach forward by pushing the shoulders forward and then sliding them back down. So it's a very gentle protraction, retraction movement of shoulders. Just have a look. Take your time with this one. Keep the fingers open, nice and strong. A couple of deep breaths in and out. Reach forward, draw back. As I reach forward, just the arms are moving, not the rest of the body. Protraction, retraction. Protraction, retraction. One more and release. Okay, sit down for a sec. Shoulder roll out, loosen up. Look up and look down. Just loosen up the neck joint a little bit. Look side to side as well. Sometimes the neck area can become quite stiff and quite painful. So just loosen up. Now we're going to repeat that. And again, your second option here, you don't need to use a towel or a tea towel. You can extend the arms forward so the shoulders in line with the hand. You can reach forward, retract back, reach forward, and retract back. So we're just mobilizing shoulders here, getting some movement through the upper back area and just allowing shoulders to slide back into the socket. So it's a gentle movement, no forced. So inhale back, exhale, reach. Inhale back, exhale, reach. Just do one more and then release. Shoulder roll out. Do a couple of chin nods here. Look up, look down, look side, look side. So you just got the neck moving as well. Okay. So we've kind of got some shoulder movement going here. We've got a bit of a length through the hamstring now. We're going to do some mobility for the spine. So we've gone to the side. We're now going to go in a side-to-side movement. And for that, I'm going to change my position again and just turn the chair to face forward. So again, bringing the feet slightly behind the knees, look up, draw abdominals in, strong push up through the heels. So I did a previous video on the YouTube channel which focused on sit to stand. So if you haven't done that one, I would suggest going back to have a look at that one and maybe practice that one. It's about a 7 to 10 minute workout I think I did on sit to stand. So I'm going to give you two options now with rotation for the spine. I'm going to take my glasses off. Sit nice and tall, come back to the posture, come back to the breath. The knees, again, in line with hips. Feet are planted firmly on the floor, so you really feel connected through the whole body. You bring the arms up, so the elbows are at 90 degrees. Your shoulders are soft. Draw the chin back slightly. We're going to inhale, exhale, rotate round, come back to your center. Inhale, exhale, rotate round, and come back to your center. So just do this a few times. So we're just getting the spine to do some rotation here. Allow the eye line to follow. So you're simply coming back to your center, and you should feel quite a nice, gentle movement through the rib cage here. Keep the tummy muscles gently drawing back towards the spine. Just do a few more rotations for me. 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. And then just release for a sec. Okay, from here, I'm going to give you a variation on that now. So again, you can use your towel or you can use your oven mitts, all right? This just challenges shoulder stability as well as rotation. So it is an option, it's a progression. So you bring the arms in line with shoulders, you lengthen up from the tailbone, look forward, you inhale, exhale, rotate. Inhale back to center, rotate. So again, just very gently rotating. This is not a big movement. Keep the movement small, keep it controlled. Nice and controlled. Shoulders remain soft. Just do 2 more and do 1 more, and then just release that down. Have a little break, shoulder roll out. So that's got your spine moving in another direction now, okay? So we're going to do a forward roll now, and this is going to help to just loosen up glutes and lower back. Now again, if you have any issues with dizziness or anything that may affect this, just be careful of this one. You don't have to go all the way down. You could just go a quarter of the way down. I'm going to demonstrate facing forward, and then again, I'm going to turn around and demonstrate facing side. So re-engage, lift, gentle inhale up. You can widen the legs here, then exhale, gently start to glide down. Now allow yourself to soften down, allow the hands to touch the floor, let the head be heavy. Look between the legs. You can do a couple of gentle side-to-side movements here. You should feel a nice strong pull through the lower back and a little bit through the hips as well. So you can rock the hips here a little bit. Shake your head, yes, no, maybe. Just let it go. And then slowly and gently start to uncurl, lengthening up. Shoulders soften at the top. That is just a gentle seated forward bend to release lower back and hip area. So I'm going to stand up now using sit to stand. So feet hip width apart again, knees tracking in line with hips and ankles. Lift the belly, draw the navel in, look forward. Leaning forward, you can rock a few times here if you like, and then strong push up through those thighs. Changing position with the chair now to demonstrate forward again. So again, sitting nice and tall, perhaps just shuffle forward again. So we're not wanting to sit too far back in the chair, more or less in the middle or just slightly forward of the middle. Feet slightly wider for this now. You're going to inhale the arms up. And then you're just going to exhale. You're going to slowly flex forward. And just allow yourself to completely soften at the bottom. You can perhaps walk your right hand towards your left hand. Hold there for a few seconds. Release the right hand, come back to center. Walk the left hand towards the right, hold. Come back to center. Slowly start to roll back up through the spine. So it's vertebra by vertebra, bone by bone. Lengthen up, soften the shoulders at the top. Take a few breaths here just to get everything released again. If the full forward roll down is not in your practice or is not possible, don't give up. All you need to do then is just literally round the shoulders, drop the chin, and you just go halfway and just kind of relax everything. So you don't have to roll down the full way. You could work towards doing that. You know, just kind of go where your body can go. So a half roll down is also fine as well. But still the same principle applies. You come back up slowly. So there's never a rush with these stretches, all right? You're always focusing on slow, controlled movements in and out of the stretch. So that was a forward roll to release lumbar spine and glutes, okay? So from here, what I would like you to do now is we're going to focus on stretching through the front of the thighs, the quadriceps, okay? So again, I'm going to come to standing for this using core muscles. Now, for the most part, when you stretch out the quadriceps, we can bend the knee. For some of us, this might be enough, okay? If it is a case, you can also grab hold around the ankle or the back of the shoe and lengthen up. So chest is lifted, all right? So this is your quadricep stretch here. However, for some of us, that might not be possible. So I'm just going to move the chair back a little bit. So you have the chair now as an option. And what you can do, you can allow the leg just to soften down onto the chair. This might be enough. So you just stay here and you can simply start to lift the foot up. All right, now that again might be enough for you. Or you can gingerly walk your hands down and you can draw the heel in and hold there. So you've kind of got the support of the chair now to open up the front of the leg. Okay, a couple of deep breaths in and out. You gently release, and for the sake of balance, we're going to repeat on the other leg. So bend the knee, place it on the chair. All right, if the chair's got a hard surface, consider putting a cushion or a towel on it so your knee is protected. Option one is just to stay here and focus on lifting and allowing the heel to draw in towards the buttock. Option two is to hold on to the ankle and lift up. So wherever you are, again, just go with that and hold that for me. And then gently release that down and step away. So we've opened up front of thighs. We've opened up the hamstrings, the back of the legs, and we've got some movement through shoulders, and we've worked the spine to the side and in rotation now as well, and in a forward bend, okay? So just to balance everything out, we're just going to open up the chest and do a little bit of a back bend. So I'm going to demonstrate from the side. So again, sitting towards the edge of the chair, and again, checking the knees are in line with the hips and the feet are flat on the floor. Place the hands behind you, draw the abdominals in, let the head gently drop back and just lift the chest up. Hold for a couple of breaths and then gently release. Have a little break. Just let that pass. So this is opening up the chest and the shoulder areas. We're going to repeat that again. I think I'm going to demonstrate facing front actually for you. So let's just change the position of the chair again so you can see my body position from the front. So shuffle forward in the chair, check the knees are in line with the hips, make sure everything is lengthened, tailbone lengthened, hands come behind you, and then you draw the abdominals in and you start to gently lift the chest. You can allow the head just to look halfway up. If you're feeling okay, you can look directly up above you, but draw a couple of deep breaths in and out here. And then gently release. Bring the hands forward and release. Maybe just do a couple of gentle rolls side to side here, clockwise and anti-clockwise. Just let the body move in different directions, loosen everything up, just let it go. So that was opening up through the chest and lifting up out here. And this is an area where we often, again, quite sort of tighten, especially if we spend a lot of time doing hobbies like knitting, gardening. You know, we tend to be quite rounded. So it's just allowing the body to open out. So again, with the stretches, I would always encourage you to do them as often as you can, or at least around sort of 5 times a week. Usually late morning or mid to late afternoon is good when the body's moving and a little bit warmer, okay? From here, we're going to just open up the outer inner thighs now. So we're going to shuffle forward. Now, this is where, for me, I'm going to use a book just to sort of sit, so I've got more of a something so I can sit higher. So I'm just going to slide this underneath me, make sure it's underneath safely. It just helps me to elevate my spine. And then I'm going to take the soles of the feet and I'm just going to let the knees gently drop open. This isn't, again, this is not a big movement. Just let them go and then hold here. Keep the chest lifted, keep the chin parallel to the floor. Relax the shoulders, and then from here you can inhale and then exhale, just very subtly lean forward. So you start to feel the inner thighs opening out there, and just hold that there for a couple of breaths. There's no tension around the forehead, the jaw, or anywhere else. You're just holding an inner thigh stretch and smile. So you've got a little bit of a relaxation. And then gently, you're going to lean back slowly. You're going to bring the legs in and shake it out. That is option one. If that's not possible for you, you have an option to do the same stretch. You take the legs out and the legs are lengthened. You lift up, you gently again lean forward and just place your hands just to the side above the knee, and you just gently lean forward here. So again, you're opening those inner thighs, but you're not putting the knees in any danger or anything like that. So this is an option to do the same stretch, but just in a slightly different way. It's a variation basically, and breathe. Relax the shoulders, always keep tension away from shoulders. And then gently release. Bring the legs back in and release. And then if you feel up to it or you want to, you can take the book out and pop it on the floor. Remember, if it's just an option, I use it because I'm quite tight in my lower back. So it just helps me to kind of lift out of the waistline. So that basically are just some ideas and variations for some chair-based stretches and some mobility for the body. I would urge you to do these pretty regularly, as I said earlier on, just to keep the body supple and moving. I will be doing some more chair-based workouts coming up a little bit later on. But this was just literally, it's going to take you probably about 30 minutes or so to do this, maybe 25 minutes to do that, just so that you have an idea of the types of things that you could do at home while we're in this current circumstances. So any feedback on the video, please do write in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching. And thank you for watching my previous videos that we've been doing on. I'm going to be adding more Zumba, some more strength-based stuff, some more balance. So, but do send me some comments so you know I know what you want. And you can also, if you do have access to Facebook, there are some Facebook Live classes on for the general members if you want to do them. But otherwise, keep an eye out on the YouTube channel for some other content being loaded up over the next few weeks. And thank you very much. That's it from me. I feel like I've been gabbling on for a while now. So have a lovely Sunday, and I'm going to move on now to my next filming, which is going to be a Zumba session. But do, as I said, keep the comments coming. Please share the videos as well with friends who may not be YMCA members. Anyone can watch them. Anyone can do them. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Have a lovely Sunday, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.